Hi everyone, how are you all? Welcome back to icpark. Again we are into a new video on exemptions. So this is the episode 2 of exemptions series. In this, today we are going to discuss about agriculture related services. Okay, so we'll be discussing about agriculture related services. What are the agriculture related services which are exempt? So we will start from entry number 54. So entry number 54 is talking about services relating to the cultivation of the plants and rearing of all life forms of animals except rearing of horses for food, fiber, fuel, raw material or other similar products of agricultural produce by way of. So here entry number 54 says that any kind of agricultural activity that you do for what purpose, sir? For the purpose of food, fiber, fuel or raw material or other similar products. So here can you see that there is one person who what he is doing, he is rearing all life forms. It can be chicken, it can be mutton or it can be any other life form. For what purpose? It can be for the purpose of food. So chicken, people eat chicken. Mutton, they eat it. Rearing of all life forms for the purpose of food or for fiber. Example, wool. Correct? No, the wool that we use, that is for fiber, and it can be for the purpose of fuel also. Fuel. Now example, cow dung cake. So we will do this for the purpose of fuel. And raw materials, it can be for the purpose of raw material. See, now agriculture that we do, it is for the purpose of food, or it might be used for raw material. For example, cotton, we will use it for raw material. So this is entry number 54, which says that any the services relating to cultivation of plant or rearing of all life forms, but except horse. So you can see that here, except horse. So any other activity that we do by way of, what are the activities which are exempt? Can you see the diagrams here? So first one, it is, see, to do the agriculture you need land. In land may what you require one machinery, correct? No. So you need a land, and this is land here and this is machinery here. So you need land and you need machinery. See, renting or leasing of agro machinery or vacant land with or without the structure incidental to its use. If there is one farmhouse here. So if there is one farmhouse here, this is with or without any incidental structure to it, so that will be exempt. And once you have the farm and you have the machinery, agro machinery, which is required for cultivation of the land, next you require is farm labor. So you can see that there is one lady here, farmer, farm labor. So that if someone is giving you the service of farm labor, that is also exempt. And what this labor will do, that labor will do the agricultural operations directly related to the production of any agricultural produce, including the cultivation. She will do the cultivation. Later, after cultivating, she will do the harvesting, threshing, plant protection or testing, etc. All these are done in the farm. So that is also exempt. Any processes carried out at an agricultural farm, including tending, pruning, cutting, harvesting, correct? No, after cultivation, what we will do? We will do this cutting, harvesting, drying, cleaning, trimming, sun drying, fumigation, curing, sorting, grading, cooling or bulk packaging and such like operations which do not alter the essential characteristics. Again, remember, it should not change the essential characteristics of the agricultural produce, but make it only marketable for primary market. I'll give you one example. So after doing this harvesting of the paddy, what we will do, we will collect the paddy and we will put it in one big gunny bag. So putting that into the gunny bag, it is not for retail purpose. I am selling this. Being a farmer, I'll put it in the gunny bag and I'll load it into a bag, and later I'll give it to the rice mill. So this giving it to the rice mill is not the primary market. It is primary market. Rice mill is a primary market. If I sell this in the outside, then it is a secondary market. So once this is done, once you put it in a gunny bag, later you have to do the loading, unloading, packaging, storage or warehousing of the agricultural produce. People, what is agricultural produce? Which is for primary market. Now I'll give you one example. Tomato is agricultural produce. Tomato ketchup is not agricultural produce. Potato is agricultural produce. Potato chips is not agricultural produce, because the essential characteristic has changed. Correct? No. Now the vegetables, that is agricultural produce, but vegetable items, cooked items, that is not agricultural produce. So that is essential characteristics should not change. Correct? No. Here we should not alter the essential characteristics. Now coffee bean is agricultural produce, but coffee powder is not agricultural produce. Coffee leaves, this tea leaves are agricultural produce, but tea powder is not agricultural produce. So that loading and unloading of agricultural produce and later agricultural extension services. What are agricultural extension services? There is one scientist here. He will look at the agricultural produce and he starts giving some suggestions to the farmer. So this is agricultural extension services. Anything related to educating the farmers is agricultural extension services. That is also exempt. Services by agricultural produce marketing committee or board or commission agent for sale or purchase of agricultural produce. So now agricultural product marketing committee or board or any commission agent who is appointed by APMC, all these services given are exempt. Remember this, all these items, no, you have to remember. Note, any processes that must not change the essential characteristics, only then all these processes are exempt. Any process that changes the essential characteristics, that is not exempt. Now best example is given here. See, entry number 24 says that services by way of loading, unloading, packaging, storage or warehousing of rice is exempt. Rice is exempt. Now you can ask me one question, sir, rice is not agricultural produce, no? Yes, rice is not agricultural produce, paddy is agricultural produce. Paddy to rice is that is, paddy is agricultural produce, but rice is not agricultural produce, that is processed item. But here in this point, no, they told that loading, unloading, package, storage or warehousing of agricultural produce is exempt. Rice is not exempt. So as per this entry, rice loading, unloading, packaging, storage of rice is not exempt. But in India, rice is one amongst the important agriculture, basic items. That's why loading, unloading, packaging, storage of warehousing of rice is also exempt. So in this entry number 54 mein, rice is not exempt. But under entry number 24, rice is exempt. Please keep this in mind, rice is exempt here. But remember, the process of converting paddy into rice, that process is not exempt, that is taxable. Milling is taxable. Rice mill mein. So I'll give, I am the farmer, I'll cultivate some rice and I'll give it to the mill. Mill is what they do, they will transform paddy into rice. I cultivate paddy, I'll give it to the rice mill. That rice mill is converting or transforming that paddy into rice. So the activity which is done by them, so I pay some amount to them, so that is not exempt, that is taxable. What is not taxable? Cultivation, harvesting, cutting, pruning, all these things related to paddy is exempt. And loading, unloading, warehousing, storage of rice is exempt. But milling of paddy into rice, that is not exempt, that is taxable. So that is the point which is given here. And last entry number 24A, warehousing of minor forest product, just like tendu leaves or curry leaves. These are minor forest products which are exempt. Warehousing of any minor forest product which is exempt. Warehousing of cereal, pulses, fruits and vegetables, that is also exempt. Cereals, pulses, fruits and vegetables, no, that is also exempt. Warehousing of all these things are exempt. But you have to note one point here. The dal, no. So this, we will get dal. Example, tur dal. That, no, after splitting that, we will get dal only after splitting it, dehusking and splitting. So storage of tur dal is not exempt, that is taxable. Storage of any item, any cereals or pulses after dehusking and splitting, that is taxable. But before dehusking and splitting, no, that is dehusking and splitting, it is usually done by the mills. So they will do this. That is not primary agricultural process. That is not primary process. That it is not done by the farmers. That's why the warehousing of the dehusked and split the cereals or split dal, it is taxable. But warehousing of whole grams, chana, all these things, these kind of items are exempt, that is exempt. Fruits, that is exempt. Vegetables, that is exempt. Anything related to fruits and vegetables is exempt. Why? Because these are agricultural producers. Next one, we have to note that processed tea, it is warehousing of processed tea, warehousing of jaggery, warehousing of pulses, especially dal, custom milling of paddy, all these are taxable. Processed tea is taxable, but tea leaf is not taxable. Jaggery is taxable, but sugar cane is not taxable. Before dehusking and splitting, if you are the warehousing, that is exempt, but after that, so now dehusked or splitted dal, that you are warehousing, so that is taxable. Custom milling of paddy is taxable. Paddy is exempt. Warehousing of paddy is exempt. Warehousing of rice is exempt. The act of converting paddy into rice is taxable. These are some of the important points which we had to discuss in exemption chapter, especially in case of agriculture. People, you know that if you get some doubt, you can ask me on WhatsApp 8660063566. This is my WhatsApp number. So this is the end of this video. We will meet again in next episode of exemption soon. Until then, people, keep studying, keep growing. Love you all. Bye.